And now we are moving ahead. First session we had about understanding agricultural tariffs and trade policies. And our next session is about financial empowerment in agriculture. Innovation needs fuel, and yes, that fuel is finance. Agriculture's biggest challenge is often access to timely and affordable credit. So our next session, financial empowerment in agriculture, brings together all the heavyweights of agri-finance, right from Samunnati to major banks like Axis, SBI and Union Bank. And we will explore this revolutionary financial products and which empower the farmers and FPOs, ensuring they have the capital to adopt new technologies. And moderating this pivotal session is highly experienced Dr. Sudhir Kumar Goyal sir, IS, former IS, Additional Chief Secretary, Agriculture and Marketing, Government of Maharashtra, and Mentor Agriculture and Food Processing Committee for Bombay Chamber. I would like to invite Dr. Sudhir Kumar Goyal sir on the stage. Please give him a big hand. And our proposed speakers, I would like to invite all of them. Mr. Kiran Vedula, Chief Business Officer, Samunnati. Mr. Saurabh Raheja, Senior Vice President, Farm Finance, Axis Bank. Mr. Vikas Gupta, DGM, ABU and GSS, State Bank of India. And Mr. Parth Sarthi S.K. Daksh, Deputy Zonal Head, Zonal Office, Pune, Union Bank of India. Please give them a big hand, and we are going to have a wonderful, wonderful session about financial empowerment in agriculture. And now, stage is yours, sir. Goyal, sir.
So this session is Arth Vina Sarv Vyarth. So if you have no finance, the talk is just empty. And I am surrounded by bankers. So this is a rare occasion. So you have Saurabh on this side, and you have Kiran from Samunnati, Vikas, and Mr. Das. It's very rare that bankers will surround you. It is mostly other way around. Now what we are going to discuss in this session, and this is just a small session of 50 minutes, is that can we have some innovative products in finance? Because this is innovation in agriculture. So innovation in agriculture finance. So can we have some innovative methods of financing agriculture, whether it is related to farmers or FPOs or startups or agri-entrepreneurs, to unlock, because that is our topic, to unlock growth and sustainability. Now that is our focus. Now, what are those innovations and whether they are reaching to the farmers? This year, probably, we might be touching 30 lakh crores in terms of agricultural credit. And if you ask this Kisan exhibition and randomly select one farmer, he will say, I never got it. Or I got with lots of difficulty. Or there is some more to be done as far as ease of lending is concerned. So can there be some innovations so that these 30 lakh crores really reach to the farmers in the most profitable manner, and then they are able to drive growth and sustainability? That is the way we will start. So I know Kiran and Kiran's organization Samunnati, probably one of the most innovative financier in this country. SG Anil Kumar is a great friend of mine and a towering personality. So Kiran, you please tell me, now we have other scheduled commercial banks and you are an NBFC and much bigger players. But your respect which you have earned in agri-commodities is tremendous. What is that AMLA model which your founder has been able to innovate, which has made the farmers so dear to Samunnati? Kiran.
Thank you, sir. good afternoon to everyone in the room as well as the esteemed panel. So broadly, I'll just get to the fundamental equation. All of us know that farmers basically purchase all their inputs in retail prices and they sell their output on wholesale price. That's fundamentally the economical equation that one is trying to solve. You know, everyone in the room is probably aiming to solve for it. So this has many facets to it. One, as an NBFC, if I were to speak about Samunati, very early on, I think within first 3-4 years of inception, we have kind of understood that when banks who lend at 9.5% and have this PSL targets and give dead cheap price to farmers are not able to solve the issues. You know, how an NBFC, which probably will lend at 18-24% can solve the issues for them. So that's when I think this AMLA approach, AMLA approach as we call it, is basically aggregation, because it will solve for the economical equation I just mentioned. You aggregate the requirement of your inputs and go and negotiate a better price with the input dealer, and you aggregate the output through a vehicle called farmer producer organization, and then you sell it to either a corporate or an intermediary for a better equilibrium. So this, the first part is aggregation. Of course, the second is market linkage, because as you know, the output is basically across commodities and across varieties. So no one farmer produces a single variety. So the challenge is to find buyer across all the varieties and across all the commodities. So that's very difficult. I mean, it looks bit easy on paper, but very, very difficult, because a corporate will be interested only in top-notch quality of the material. Whereas we also have to ensure that liquidation happens across the grades. So this is market linkage. And the third is advisory services, because how to run an enterprise, and all of us know the cooperative story, and you know how the governance and compliance aspects have basically taken a back seat in that vehicle. So that's where this FPO as a movement, and then better governance through a company law administered body has come into picture. And Samunati has realized that only NBFC will not be a right vehicle to influence these, you know, or add value to the farmers on the ground. That's where we started an Samunati Value Chain Services, which provides aggregation, market linkage, and advisories.
Great, great. So what Kiran says, there is a relationship which starts from handholding, and at the stage of handholding, everything is free. Your training is free, your capacity building is free, in the anticipation that you become so good that the bankers would like to lend you. This is an innovation in the approach. So there is an aggregation, there is a market linkage, and also advisory, all packed together in a product innovation, which has taken Samunnati today to 3,500 crores worth of lending in FPO alone. Probably you are more than NAP Kisan, if I am not mistaken. I think you both are competing with each other from NABARD. Now, Saurabh, let us come to one of the very prominent bank, Axis Bank. There was a lot of talk of innovation as far as this RBI Innovation Hub is concerned. And they started saying, and it came in newspapers with broad headlines, that there is going to be a product, what they call universal lending interface, like UPI. And when it came in big headlines, I thought that after some time, these 14 crore farmers will be elated, because on a mobile they will be able to get the loan. Nothing happened of that sort. What is stopping for that product in Bangalore to get rolled out across the country? Saurabh.
Good afternoon, everybody. First and foremost, thank you for offering this opportunity here to speak and express ourselves. So while RBIH, which is a subsidiary of RBI, has taken this lead and is basically providing an API gateway kind of thing, wherein they are trying to integrate various digital solutioning through which a bank can give a frictionless credit in a reduced TAC, and all these whether it's account aggregator linkage, whether it's land record linkages, whether it's the KYC linkages, all can be pushed through a single gateway. While this is a very welcome step, and I'll take a step back before that. Our bank has already been using these gateways to a large extent. We have KYC based, face auth based onboarding. We have a mobile based onboarding software where just a click on the face of the farmer, we can take all the information of that farmer and it gets auto populated. We have linkages with the land record provisioning vendors, and where we can pull the surveys and the details of the farmers there then and there itself. And then on the very 10-15 minutes of initial discussion with the farmer, a go no go decision happens because everything is forefronted. So a sales executive, when he's meeting a farmer, he is able to retrieve everything on the go on a mobile. So so there are these are through ESBs and APIs which already bank has built in. Now coming to the RBIH platform, which is offering a single gateway, while we are also closely interacting with them, but we also need to appreciate that banks already have a lot of IT investment done, systems made and all. So the agility of the system and the agility of integration decides how quickly you can move. Moreover, there is a large portfolio which we are already there in that. Some 45,000 crores is already there. So for us to immediately jump to another technology is not as easy as it looked. The third thing which I want to bring forward to that, a farmer is identified through his land. So the Khasra number, Khatoni number is what, and there is a land record which is running, land record repositories which are a state subject, which is running parallel to your eKYC registries. So when I try to connect between the eKYC, that is persona identification, to the land record identification, there is a conflict there, because the name matches of that farmer, suppose SS Raju is there, a farmer, and in his Aadhaar it is carrying Suresh S. Raju, and I did a KYC fetch and everything. I understood that, okay, Suresh S. Raju is this persona, but when I go to the land record, it is mentioned S. Raju. Now the moment this happened, the digital leg take a back step. We have to move out of that digital leg, go to that farmer, ascertain that this land parcel belongs to this particular farmer whom we are lending. So we have taken several such innovative steps wherein we have reduced the TAT, shrunken this thing, and definitely RBIH is, we are closely interacting with them, and the best would be picked up, sir.
Good. So it is work in progress, but I would say that AgriStack is solving the problem which you have posed, that in terms of KYC or who exactly is there and so on and so forth. The work has been done for almost 7 crore farmers, and they are going to finish it off in 2026. So I would like to come to Vikas. The biggest bank, SBI, whatever do, everyone else follows. Most of the banks are dreaded of a big monster like SBI. When RBI would consult them before taking any step forward. The question is that when there is so much of digitization which has already taken place, and there is a possibility of a digital platform pan-India, what is that which is stopping individual banks? If it need not be a pan-India all-bank platform, just something which is to be done by a bigger bank like SBI to prepare that platform, that you come to my platform and you get the loans at the click of the button. What is that innovation which SBI is trying in this direction?
Thank you so much, sir. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Bombay Chambers of Commerce for inviting us here and allowing us to express our views.
Pass me.
And now coming to first questions, is that as we know, agriculture is a state subject, or sub and stamp duty and other things are determined on state-to-state basis. For example, a new innovation was sir was telling us has just been, I was a part of it also, that I can share with you. On, you know, our farmers are facing a lot of difficulties, as sir was saying, for getting credit from commercial banks. So now on Jan Samad portal, what we have started, a testing phase has been done, and I think it will be launched soon all over the state of Maharashtra. It is established in Karnataka also. A straight-through processing will be done, where farmers need not come to the branches. They need to just go to the portal, Jan Samad portal, give their basic information, and the banks will pick up the application from the Jan Samad portal. Their land records will be fetched from AgriStack. Documentation, for documentation purpose, a link will be sent to them, and the documentation will be done, and the account and the loan will be disbursed. So what sir was saying, that innovations are going on, but slowly things are coming up. As I have told you, earlier farmers used to get, sir has started with this speech saying that farmers are facing a lot of problems in getting finances from the banks. A lot of time is being taken. To reduce all these things, these innovations are coming. And one of these innovations is straight-through processing, where a small farmer does not even need to come to the branch for getting access to the credit. If this thing is finalized, if this thing is made operational, this thing is smoothened up, I think it will be a great step in helping our farmers to get affordable and easy credit from the commercial banks.
Great. I think we are not on to this ground of Kisan. The farmers would have heard such words of assurance from SBI that everyone would have clapped, that things are really moving. Let me come to Dash. Now, yesterday we talked about artificial intelligence, but nobody was talking about artificial intelligence as far as fintech is concerned. And they were not talking about lending part of AI. Now, is it possible that we can have a product in future, and whether there are efforts in that direction where on the basis of the data of an individual, you are able to understand, like I understand that Jackie-san is already doing it for whatever limited number of farmers which they have, and there is a tie-up with the input companies. Some sort of a, say, diligence, whether the person is to be given loan and otherwise. Union Bank is one of the very prominent bank, and they are very active in Maharashtra. So Dash sir, please enlighten this audience in what way your bank is thinking of making use of AI to make the ease of lending faster as far as farmers are concerned.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Sir, thank you for this question. Like sir was telling that they are trying something through STP. In my bank also, sir, we do through STP, Kisan credit cards, wherever the land records are available online, in whichever states it is available, we go for KCC up to 2 lakhs there, and in that case, the customers need not visit the branches, and they can get it sanctioned through STP. Right now, it is up to 2 lakhs, but the challenges are there because many states, they are not having their land record available online. And whenever it will make available to the farmers, definitely bank is there to extend this to various other states. And regarding STP for a major higher ticket amount, like in MSMEs, the ecosystem is really developed in our bank, that we are extending a loan to MSMEs STP through STP up to 5 crores. And there is a business rule engine running behind, in which the check and balances are there, and we are doing really great in that. Starting from Mudra to up to 5 crores loan, we are doing many loans in MSME through STP. Similarly, once the footprints of the farmers are there available in the ecosystem, online available in the ecosystem. Definitely bank is having a plan to extend all that MSME, whatever we are doing, to farmers as well. In terms of food and agro processing, anyhow we are doing it. They are being treated as MSME because mostly the food and agro processing, their assessment levels are happening in the line with MSMEs, and they are getting extended the STP straight through processing platform to the to the food and agro processing processors. Similarly, bank is definitely, sir, looking forward to give further STP process to the farmers as well.
Oh, thank you. So again, I couldn't get a feeling that in what way this new animal AI is going to help as far as financing is concerned. But let me switch over to once again to Kiran. Now, Kiran, I am little intrigued. This FPO animal, nobody wants to touch. And the bankers saying it's a political body, it may change with time, there are disputes, it is something which neither a cooperative nor something which we should be able to rely on and things like that. What is that code which you are able to crack in Samunnati and have more than, I understand the latest count, Pravesh Sharma is my batchmate. I think you have already reached a connectivity of with 7,000 FPOs. And you have a digital platform of 43,000 FPOs across the country. What is this which, amazing thing which you have been able to do, and are you able to make money, or after some time we will come to know, no, I think they have also taken back and they are not finding it profitable. Kiran, your take.
So, on the FPO side, once the movement has started in 2015, so there are about 44,000 FPOs that the government has actively promoted. Out of that, there are many failures, right? So it is not completely untrue when someone says that this animal is something which is yet to be figured out and has to establish their credibility in the market. So, but what works and what doesn't work, I mean, which is true to many segments, is that one, the intent itself, right? I mean, when the FPO is getting formed, if I were to just draw a parallel to the microfinance segment, earlier when the groups were formed, there was, my colleagues here would know, there was a lot of cohesion in the groups. So they used to first save. It was thrift which was bringing them closer, and later on they extended to loans. So a social code was there amongst the members, and that had a strong cohesion when an institution was built, when a group was built. So similar things also extends to FPOs. For the sake of meeting targets, a lot of FPOs were formed which were socially not cohesive, and were only trying to take some benefits from the government bodies. But after that euphoria is dead, I'll just give you a glimpse of what we have done. Thanks to our investors, initially we did face some challenges and issues in this, but they kept supporting us. One of the issues that we faced is that we don't want to be a primary lender to FPO. That is, so much is very clear. So Saurabh is here on the dais, and then SBI, from the Chennai office. We have aligned ourselves with these banks, and we migrate good customers in FPOs to banks. We don't want them to take loans from us, because if they do, they operate at 18%. If they go to a bank, then their cost of funding will reduce to 12%. So it is in the interest of the FPO. What we do rather is that we tell FPO that you please, we will make you bank ready or lender ready. In return, what we want is that just ensure that your market linkage is something that you operate through us. So we have a value chain services provider, just as I mentioned a couple of this back. So there we purchase the goods from the farmer, FPOs, and sell it to corporate, sell it to large processors, and that operates on trade margin. So,
great, very good. So one good point which has come up is that innovation in financing means to make a borrower lending ready. And that lending ready may be with reference to the individuals, it could be with the groups, it could be with the startups, and it could be agri-entrepreneurs. So I come to Saurabh. One side is FPO, the other side is that when we are trying to finance innovation, say one is those who are adopting innovations, that is in terms of farmers, FPOs and so on. But the other is that unless such innovations themselves are financed, then it is going to be extremely difficult. So I would like to know what is the methodology or what are the products which you have already developed to finance that kind of innovations which everyone is talking about, and we have these pitching sessions and they are coming to private equities and venture capitals and so on. Why not bankers, Saurabh?
So, sir, as Kiran voiced out in the beginning, we as bankers are basically responsible for the public money, and we have a lot of regulations around us to steer our processes in those regulations. Now, coming to the financing of innovation, so yes, there are the banks are little cautious on as to when they are going for lending and innovation, they'll have to look whether that money is going to come back or not. So they basically look into 3-4 things. One is that who is asking for the money. Now, is the idea noble enough? Is the ID support that they are bringing is going to be persistent? Is there an entry barrier, or how is the longevity? Who are the promoters? All those things are taken, and what is the burnout, and all those things on the financial, lingo side. But now this is about the, non-individual entities which are into fintechs, which are into all those things coming in. I would also like to draw that there is another world of these individual farmers, and believe you me that I have seen when I've traveled length and breadth of India, I have seen there is stark, difference between two types of farmer. One we call progressive, and why we call progressive is because they are innovative. And the other is the regular cultivators who are mostly the small and marginal farmer, by the way, having almost 86% of the total farm holding, but they are just 46% of the acreage holding. Now, I'll just give you two examples. I was traveling in Jagdalpur in Chhattisgarh, and I saw that a farmer who has taken a lease, and that is a migratory farmer, came from Gujarat, and he has taken almost 13-14 acres on his own, bought his own, and then taken almost 40-50 acres of land on lease. And what he did was really, really amazing. He was using a brinjal stock and was grafting tomato cheyenne on it. And when I asked him that how and why you're doing this, and each plant was costing around 15 to 20 rupees. And he has put in all this poly house and everything, he was taking care. And then I asked him why you did that. So he said that if I look into the tomato cultivation geographies which are giving Nashik and all these large pockets which are giving vegetables and fruits to the major parts of the country, over there is a saturation that has reached. There are diseases that has come in. So they said, if I do this, I have seen that the disease impact of the plant is very, very low. Now, this was an innovation. Now, when I wanted to fund that customer, I would always be, guardrailed by what is the scale of finance, what is the per unit cost that NABARDs decide, or XYZ, which the regulations tell me to do. And that's how I can give it under the agriculture loan segment. That's what it qualifies for 365 or, DPD norms. So over there also, the regulation sees all the farmer at a one level. There is a need, and through this forum, I would like to speak out that there is a need that the regulation also start, looking at it slightly differently. They should allow the banks to take call on the scale of finances for such, innovative farmers. Same as the example in Punjab also I saw. So there is no dearth of, such example, but yes, all these would be required here.
Very good point. is that it's not just a straitjacket rate of finance which can be applied all across the board with all the farmers. Those who are doing something innovative, probably their scale of finance has to be different. To my understanding, it's not difficult. It is something which can be into a project mode. Now, to get it clarified, let me come to Vikas. That you are heading a government-sponsored schemes portfolio along with your agribusiness units. Now, what is that you have seen in plethora of government schemes? In what way those schemes are being used by bankers to promote innovation in agriculture so that you can unlock this growth and sustainability, something which we are talking about? What is the role of this GSS? It's not on.
Now, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. How to support innovation in agriculture? As my previous speaker has said, there are certain regulations and guidelines. There are certain regulations and guidelines from RBI. Scale of finance has been fixed, according to which bankers have to finance to the farmers. But in State Bank of India, we find means and ways to help our farming community who are doing all these innovations. First of all, we have some products where if we find that the farmer is using innovative techniques, he's a progressive farmer using scientific methods, we go beyond and provide him with increased scale of finance also. So we have some products, one of our products is Kisan Samriddhi Rin, in this product we have such kind of farmers only who are progressive farmers, who are using scientific methods of farming, where we give them something more than what scale of finance have been prescribed by SLBC and DLCCs also. Now coming to government-sponsored schemes. As we know, our Prime Minister's vision of 2047 to make India a Viksit Bharat. For making India a Viksit Bharat, government is launching various schemes from time to time, like Agriculture Infrastructure Fund scheme, PMFME scheme we called, and there are different schemes in the pipeline. We are collaborating with the government and we are financing these schemes in a big way. Because like AIF schemes and PFME schemes, they are helping to create post-harvest infrastructure for the country, which is very essential. This helps in reducing food cost also, and this helps in increasing productivity also. So we are in big way collaborating with the government. Whatever the schemes are launched by the government, we are fully with them, and we fully try to implement them on the ground also.
Yeah, that is a very good point, is that if you want to moderate the risk of the bankers as far as innovations are concerned, there are schemes of government which are providing some relief in terms of subsidized funding, whether it is 3% subvention in AIF, whether it is related to many of those schemes which are related with Mission on Integrated Development of Horticulture and so on and so forth. So that is a point which is granted. Now let me come to the last point before we open to the audience, to Mr. Das. My favorite topic. Why are we not developing a product which is financing the entire value chain? Why there is no product so far with any of the banks in the country? And I will explain what is the meaning of value chain finance. Value chain finance is not a finance to a single borrower. Value chain finance is having a series of borrowers starting from those which are growers to the finally who are consumers. Every one of them is in the need of financing, whether it is pledge loan finance, investment finance, in terms of maybe I want some to run a business, I require some credit and so on. So there are multiple products across the value chain. While there are products under each one of those points, why there is no project finance which is linked to value chain? Mr. Das.
Thank you, sir. This is a really nice question. Basically, this value chain financing that is really evolved in MSME sector. If you see any OEM, suppose I'll take, I should not speak about other than Agri in this platform, But to give set an example, like suppose Maruti is there. Maruti end to end the bankers are financing to them, from the vendor to the dealer to everyone. Similarly, for this agri activity also, banks are really financing, but there is a very low level and a very customized level. Suppose one sugar mill is there. In that case, banks are really financing through the sugar mill to the farmers through a basal dose to the farmers for cultivation, and again the farmer the sugar through the sugar mill, banks are financing to the harvester for harvesting, as well as when the produce are ready, the banks are financing as a pledge loan for keeping the things and make available funds available to the sugar farm. Similarly, banks are really working in various, along with the various corporate level to finance the entire value chain system from the producer to through the processor to the seller level. But that is on a very, very customized level, right? Similarly, banks, in my bank, I can say so proudly that we are financing the entire value chain system of a big poultry farm as well as for a big dairy farm. And we are really for financing from the, in case of poultry farm example, I can say, the contract farmer, they are having some 1,000 birds, the contract farmers. We are financing to them their every need through the corporate. Yeah, it is
So,
there.
yeah, so what Das is saying the same thing is that there are different borrowers and we are giving them differently, but there is no project finance per se. There is no value chain finance product which has come up, and this is something which needs to be innovated. Now the floor is open. I know that we have another session and then we have the 2 pitching sessions also. So it has to be a very short question so that there is a very quick answer from our panelists. Please. Anyone, and if there are no questions, it is good. We will be able to move faster to our lunch. Fine? So, okay, let me close this session. So what we have learned in this session, one is that innovations in agri-finance can certainly accelerate the growth process in agriculture, and also the sustainability part, which are closely linked. We saw it yesterday. The second, digitalization and many other interventions which are taking place either at the bank level or at the government level are giving tremendous opportunities to have innovative financing products. We have seen with the Samunnati, the kind of models which they have developed, and also there are ecosystems which are being developed where it is not just one banker, but it is also like Samunnati said, we are an NBFC and we, in relation with many of the other banks, we come somewhere in between. That is second part. The third is, which the lesson which you have learned is that in case of agriculture, just to presume that the borrower is already ready for lending is disastrous, and it is creating a situation where every few years you have the loan waiver, and it is happening because that kind of a capacity building is not built into the lending business. Those who are able to do it, their NPAs are much lower and they are able to do much better servicing to their customers, and that is possible. And the last point, there are products which are waiting to be innovated, value chain finance being one of them. Thank you very much. Thanks very much to Kiran, Vikas, Das and Saurabh. It has been a great session, and thanks very much for allowing me to moderate it without any disturbance and accepting whatever we discussed together. Probably we were meeting first time, but the kind of harmony which we had in this session is tremendous. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again in some other forum. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thanks a lot, panel. We deeply appreciate the expertise, whatever you shared by all the speakers. And thanks a lot for this well-delivered session with a lot of insight and cutting-edge information, and very well navigated by none other than Goyal sir. Thank you. So for the felicitation, yes, I would like to invite Sandeep sir. Thanks a lot, entire panel, for this commemorative visit. We would like to formally present you with this memento from Bombay Chambers. A physical reminder of this successful collaboration, of course. Sorry. Yes, to the Goel, sir. Dr. Sudhir Kumar Goel. Vikas Gupta, sir. Kiranji. And Mr. Patsarthi. So Mr. Kiran Vedula, Mr. Saurabh Raheja, Mr. Vikas Gupta, and Mr. Patsarthi. Thanks a lot, and thank you, Goel, sir. Thank you, thank you. Yes. Please have a round of applause for this wonderful session based on financial empowerment in agriculture. This was today's second session. And now we'll move to the next one.